right, thank you so much. The program still much here on independent television. I told you that we're going to be looking at the rejection of Lauretta Onochie yesterday on the floor of the Senate. And for quite some time now, her case has been in the public domain. And there has been this public outcry on the need for the National Assembly to actually scrutinize her nomination thoroughly before she's eventually approved. But as fate we have it, only yesterday we saw what happened on the floor of the plenary of the floor of the National Assembly, the Senate to precise, whereby her nomination was rejected. But what seems to be a twist to the whole story now is that some persons are saying that that is just the story for now, because the ground on which she was rejected yesterday, according to the Senate Committee on Inec, to the National Assembly. You know, the chairman of that committee said that she was rejected on the ground that there is a present, you know, representative, a present federal commissioner who is from the same senatorial district where Onochie is from, one Umbu Agbamuche. Now, what this brings to mind is that if eventually, when Umbu Agbamuche finishes her tenure, does it now mean that Onochie can be represented? And some persons that are close to the presidency seems to be supporting that her rejection is just only for now. Well, to look at all this morning, we are so privileged to have Honorable Desmond Ugbo, one-time Vice Chairman of Ego Local Government Council and also one-time Chairman of Ego Local Government Council. Honorable Desmond Ugbo, you're welcome to this program.
Good morning, ma'am.
And also we're expecting Mr. Ken Erunse, who's going to come here and so that he can join us on the show this morning. Now, Honorable, just like what we said, because the way it stands now, it appears that her rejection is just only for the time
for the moment.
For the moment. So I don't know what your findings are.
You see, the Senate this time around has come out to represent the interest of Nigeria. Not that the nomination by the president was not condemned nationally. I recall that sometimes the last time when one Olalekan was also nominated as a resident electoral commission in Osun State. Perhaps before that time, Olalekan was also a member of the APC. He contested for the chairmanship of Osogbo, one of the local governments in Osun State. And upon realization that the man was a card-carrying member, his nomination was dropped. But look at it, in line with Section 13, subsection 1, A and B, which gave room for the nomination and appointment of Inec chairman and 12 other national commissioners, which has to be nominated and represent the 6 geopolitical zones. And each zones are expected to nominate 2 persons in that regard. But just like as you have mentioned, that Mrs. May Agbamuche Umbu has been there, was nominated and cleared precisely on the 17th of November 2019.
Yeah.
And she's expected to, 2017 to be precise, 2017. Her tenure, or rather the appointment, is supposed to lapse by December this year, and she still have about 5 months to stay in office. I recall too that in line with section 14, subsection A to F, which expect clearly the principles of federal character, where it was clearly stated that appointing such an unbiased personnel, it has to be spread. It has to reflect the federal character, which means that on no account should one particular ethnic group or geopolitical zone dominate such a body. And you know that Mrs. Agbamuche is from Delta State. And the letter by the president nominating Onochie that was written to the Senate also stated that Onochie is from Delta State.
From the same geopolitical zone.
When Onochie was invited to the Senate committee to, response to avalanche of petitions, questions arising from her nomination, during the course of her explanation, she also mentioned that, yes, her parents were in the north, but from Delta, and she schooled in Delta, went to school also in Calabar before she left for the UK. So all these point to the fact that you cannot appoint these two persons from the same state. And that is what the Senate committee led by Kabiru Gaya hinged their rejection on. That the question of whether she's a card-carrying member did not count as far as their screening exercise was concerned. But recall too, when she was appointed as the special advisor to the president on new media, the affidavit she deposed on, she clearly stated that she's a card-carrying member of APC. And as an APC member too, I recall too, when in 2018 and 2019 during the presidential campaign, she was also seen campaigning. But that is not the issue, because anything can happen in this country. But the fact that both Onochie and Agbamuche came from Delta State, that has negated the Federal Character Commission, and that on the part of the president, it is clearly a kind of aberration. They should have put their glasses on to look clearly. If that place is congested, they would have picked somebody from other places, because there are other persons that are qualified from the zone. We have Bayelsa, we have Rivers, Delta, Edo, and the rest of them, they are there. If Onochie has been said to be a card-carrying member, one, then secondly, her nomination came from Delta State, and both of them are from Delta State. What happens? What stopped the president from nominating somebody from Edo State, from Bayelsa, from other states, at least to ensure that the geopolitical zone are well represented? So all these are the blunder on the part of the president that they have committed.
Okay, you said in this country anything can happen. I think for most people, they are not too comfortable with that, especially as it relates to this Onochie's issue. Because the concern has been that for somebody that has been a senior special assistant to the president on new media, and of course she's been nominated now to be a federal commissioner of Inec. For most people, that's a major concern. Now the way it stands now, it appears that the evil day has just been postponed, because from what the chairman of the screening committee said, that she cannot be for now, which does not necessarily mean that she may not be tomorrow. In other words, which means that she may not be cleared tomorrow. If she's cleared tomorrow, at the end of the day, are we not coming back to where we're starting from, all that we've been talking about? There
you answer the question that anything can happen in this country. Recall too that when the president was writing the letter, knowing fully well that Agbamuche is from Delta State, if the president had written that she should be cleared, Onochie should be cleared, pending when the tenure of Agbamuche expires, that would have given them a clean bill. Meaning that after the expiration of the tenure of Agbamuche, Onochie would have stepped in. But that wasn't reflected in the letter he wrote to the Senate. And also note, if it is the position, or rather the thinking of the president, that Onochie will be in the Inec, we have studied the body language, the eye language, the leg languages of our president for so long, and we have discovered that when he says he wants to do a thing, he will do it. And you and I can now deduce the fact that if it is the thinking of the president that he wants Onochie as a national INEC commissioner, she will be. He is likely going to represent or renominate and send the name of Onochie to the Senate. And you and I are here, you will discover that they will also clear her and she become one. But it would have been smart and in line with the petition and the outcry by civil society organization, the international community and the likes, let us not mention other political parties now that would sound partisan, that would sound political. The president should have withdrawn the nomination of Onochie and quickly replace it with somebody else from either Edo, Bayelsa Rivers, or other state from the geopolitical zone. Like I said anything can happen. We are aware that the law establishing Inec, the 1999 Constitution as amended, stated that on no account, which is that section 14 and the rest of them, it says that on no account should anybody nominated in that Inec board should be a card-carrying member of a political party. Yes, there are other professors, there are other well-learned individuals from this geopolitical zone that would have made the list. One will begin to think, what is the mindset of the president and indeed the government for repeatedly nominating Onochie for that position, knowing fully well that she was the special advisor to the president on new media, an APC card-carrying member, clearly stated on the oath she took, a statement on oath she deposited on, and all these are certain facts.
But she has since denounced that she's not a card-carrying member of the APC.
Yes, the argument whether one is a continuous card-carrying member or not lies on your willingness to continue to be a member or not. Recall that APC just did their membership validation. Say that Onochie refused to revalidate her membership, and which means she's no longer a member of APC. So and that has cleared the issue of whether she's a member of APC or not.
Okay.
So that is allowed. That is the reason why the Senate, I'm sure, hinged their rejection on the duplication of nomination from data, which negates the federal character principle. So the issue of card-carrying member will not fly, because there are lots who are card-carrying members who are supposed not to be a member of a board of any parastatal agencies or departments that are there. So that is why I continue to say that anything can happen in this country, because when a government deviates from the rule of law, deviates from strict adherence to the constitutions of our land, there you begin to see some things happening that are not ordinarily allowed by majority. Yes, majority will continue to cry as far as this is concerned, because even those who are representing us at the Senate and the House of Rep are presumably members of our own immediate constituency, because we nominated them or we voted them to represent us at that end. How many of them will come back to come and find such a question? I mean, answers to the question begging for an answer like this. Recall too, among the 7 nominees that was sent to the Senate, apart from the rejection of Lauretta Onochie, one Professor Adam has also been stepped down pending further legislative action on it. They want to do a thorough homework on that until the Senate committee on Inec come out with their findings. We cannot also say whether if Adam is not also part of the accusation that they level against Onochie Lauretta. So we need to be doing things in line with our constitution. No matter how porous our constitution is, if we want to adhere strictly to the letters of our constitution, we'll get it right. Because once in our lifetime as a country, we've seen the late Umaru Jaradua adhering strictly to the constitution of our land, and he was getting it right. A situation where if we are doing it the way it's supposed to be, this outcry of whether the president or the presidency is nepotic in his action, in his policies and program, will not come, because the federal character is there to cure all these ills, all these over-concentration of certain positions to certain people. Now, it says Senate. Yes, we are applauding them now for doing the needful by making sure that they are there strictly to the voices. They hear the voices of those condemning the nomination of Onochie, not on the basis of say she is a APC member now, but on the basis that she cannot be nominated from Delta State.
For now.
That is for now.
Yeah.
For now. Yeah. Anything can happen further. So in this country, we have seen that the Senate went into the legislative business to provide solution on the lingering PIB, the Petroleum Industrial Bill, and they came out giving 3%.
Anyway, let us not jump issues
host communities.
now.
All these are certain lapses, or rather the blunder that some of this arm of government has done over the years.
Anyway, let us not, draw issues on issues that are not related. The program is still this morning on ITV, on independent television, and we're looking at the rejection of Lauretta Onochie as a federal commissioner to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Also, what played out yesterday, even as Lauretta Onochie got a knee vote, we also got the yea votes for those that were approved. And we're told that the Senate confirmed the nominees of the president that has to do with Professor Muhammad Sani Kala from Katsina, and also Professor Kunle Ajayi from Ekiti, Seidu Ahmad Jigawa, Baba Bila from Northeast, and Abdullahi Zuru from Northwest. And also the Senate, following the recommendation of its panel, stepped down the confirmation of Professor Sani Adams from North Central because of the petitions against him, just like what you said earlier on. Now, Honorable Desmond, one thing that Nigerians are asking, it's the question that borders on this seemingly what looks like a kind of desperation on the part of the presidency on Lauretta Onochie. Remember, records have it that her nomination came way back sometime last year, even prior to now. So what people are asking is, just like what you said, that we still have a present commissioner there from Delta State, Umbu, that still has about 5 to 6 months to go. So all this why, this seemingly desperation from the presidency, what do you think? Some persons are saying that it might amount to something. I don't know what your thoughts are.
You see, my brother, you see, in this country, we have two bodies running this, the government of our country, the president himself and the presidency. The reason why a chief executive, a president as that, should have all this retinue of aides is to ensure that where his eyes cannot see, they can see it and remind him to do things aright. This woman has since been nominated since 2020. And these issues of a card-carrying member has been on. But little do people know that Agbamuche was from Delta State. And the letter the president wrote to the Senate stated clearly that Onochie is from Delta State. How come the aides, the presidency, they did draw the attention of the president to it, to say, look, this particular nomination is from Delta State. Why can't we just write that this should
go to another state?
Another state.
From South. Or
better still, okay, let us impute, let her be cleared to replace
Umbu.
Umbu. That is the definite silence from the part of the presidency and the blunder from the part of the president. Because when you are talking about desperation, yes, one is tempted to say or realize or think that there is desperation as to what they tend to use Onochie to achieve in the Inec.
But again, we must also look at, because we don't know that if, definitely she cannot be the Inec chairman, because already we have a presiding chairman. Only the fact that she's going to be a national commissioner. So the big question is, as a national commissioner, do you really weigh any influence? I mean, the election is not even now. We're talking about 2-3 years down the line. So as an INEC commissioner, do you really have any influence on the outcome of
well, I've not worked in INEC as a member of the board, but however, we are Nigerians. We've seen that whenever issue that surrounds election come up, the national commissioners and the resident electoral commissioners, they are together to work out modalities on how such election can be conducted in any states, in any areas. There and then you begin to see the influence and the input of such a national commissioner when election is being conducted. You know, the apprehension on the part of Nigerians are that now that they want to keep the clause in the national in the Inec in the Electoral Act, which says that elections should be conducted electronically and transmitted electronically. They want to
that results should be transmitted electronically.
Results should be transmitted electronically. Yeah. They want to expunge that away from it, and that yes, it can be conducted. Voting can be done electronically, but transmission should be done manually. You know, in the point of transmitting results from the voting unit to the collation center, that is where the problem lies. Thank God in Edo State, the last time election, we saw how election results are being transmitted electronically, even when some people have the guts to distort the election result from one voting unit to the collation point. But the fact that it has been sent to the collation point and there is a party agent at that end, such result can be monitored. But voting electronically, the use of card readers and all that, then imputation of result, then taking it from the voting unit or the voting center now to the collation center, anything can happen in between. So they can be tempted by way of trying to subvert the election and come out with another result far bigger than the one that actually transpired at the voting unit. So all these are certain areas that Nigerians are not too comfortable with. So in the issue on the case of Onochie, yes, the apprehension is that yes, she was formerly a card carrying member. You know, 2023 election is what is agitating everybody now. Anyway,
this month we'll take a short pause now, and so that we can join our viewers out there. The program is still this morning on ITV, and we are still looking at the rejection of Onochie as an Inec Federal Commissioner. Please stay tuned.
TMI, every opinion counts.
All right, thank you so much. The program is still this morning on ITV. Now, we've got Mr. Ken Irunse here, who is also a political analyst and a public analyst too, just like Honorable Desmond Ugbo. Now, Mr. Ken Irunse, you're welcome to this program this morning on ITV. We're looking at the rejection of Lauretta Onochie at the plenary yesterday at the Senate. And, you know, we're really trying to establish something here, because just like what the chairman of the Inec committee on the Senate Committee on Inec told us, that she was rejected on the basis that we have presently a member from Delta State. Now, against the cry of Nigerians that she cannot be approved, her nomination cannot be approved because she was the former senior special assistant to the president on media. And of course, people are also saying that she's a card-carrying member of the APC. So how do we connect all this together? Now, on the ground that the Senate rejected her, is that enough? That because currently you have somebody from Delta State that, you know, she's still from?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ellis. The fact remains that the Senate and the presidency are only playing a game. It's obvious that the woman is partisan. She's a member of a political party. She's even the spokesperson or one of the media person to the president. That alone makes her a partisan person. We cannot be thinking of going backward in our democracy. We have the Yaradua Jonathan government tried to reform our electoral system. They introduced a lot of innovations, PVCs, card readers, and all that. That even made it possible for the opposition to take power at the center. So I was expecting this president, even if that is the only legacy he can leave behind, because in other areas he has failed.
No,
I was hoping that he would be able to.
Let us be mindful.
No. It's a fact that the president has failed.
Anyway, I take that
the government has failed in terms of security, economy, and the facts are glaring now. There's nothing. We know what is the dollar today. It's 500 naira and to the dollar and all that. Security, we know the situation today. Boko Haram is taking over Borno State and all that. Anyway, that is the issue. The issue now is even our electoral, which is very vital, because the recruitment process of leadership is what will give us better leaders and a better society. If you get it wrong at that point, you are going to mess the whole country up. Now, if the government is trying to subvert the independence of INEC itself, my brother, we are heading to the doldrum. It shows that we are not moving forward at all. Onochie even the excuse given, but that I mean, federal character principle and all that, that was just trying to give her a soft landing anyway. The point is very clear. The Constitution is clear on it. You cannot appoint a partisan person to an electoral body.
Yeah, the issue of partisanship of Lauretta Onochie has since been discussed. Even the Honorable Desmond, talked about it, that the way it stands now, the woman has come out that, look, I'm not a member of the APC. Okay, even if she was a member of the APC, say 2 months ago, recently the APC did revalidation, and it's possible that she did not revalidate. That stops her being a member. So she stands.
No. Non-revalidation does not stop you from being a member. If you want to join, anybody want to join the APC tomorrow, you're still allowed to be a member.
Yeah, but tomorrow revalidate your membership.
That is what I'm saying. Supposing she now goes back to Inec, or she's now appointed, and the next day she goes to revalidate a membership, what now happens? Who will know? Yeah, you will not be here to know that, to get that information. The fact is that you cannot be a member of a political party. Then at the verge of being appointed into Inec, you suddenly, it's very clear that it may have been premeditated. Perhaps they were aware, or she was aware, that the president was going to forward her name to INEC, and she decided tactically to withdraw, not to revalidate her membership. It's very, because this thing happened within the same period. I mean, what are we talking about? We are not fools in this country. This woman is a spokesperson of the president. Even that alone makes her partisan. She comes daily on internet or Twitter and all that to defend the president's policy, the party's policy. That makes her partisan. She don't even need to be a member of APC for us to know that she's partisan. In fact, imagine in 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan then went as far as appointing somebody he said he never knew, Ahmed Jega. He didn't know Jega from anywhere. But he was looking for a credible person that will hold that position. So why is this present president not looking for people that he does not even know to be as members of INEC? Why are we always deviating? It is pathetic that in this country, rather than making progress, we're always going backward.
All right, now before you came, we're also trying to look at just an INEC federal commissioner. As a matter of fact, she's not going to be the chairman of INEC. We have a chairman who is going to conduct 2023 election. So the big question is, to what extent can an INEC commissioner influence, we're trying to estray all these issues that we're looking at, because for some people, I mean, an INEC federal commissioner is just an INEC federal commissioner. She does not really have any influence. I don't know what your take is on that.
Even a common staff in the INEC office can influence an election. You know, politicians go to the extent of trying to manipulate staff, INEC staff, to work for their interests. They might be looking for certain informations. It's not necessarily going to the field. She will not necessarily go to the field to ring. But there are vital informations that she can release to a political party of her interest. Those are the points we are looking at. That is why the Constitution, or the framers of the Constitution, were not stupid when they said the person that will be appointed to INEC, because it's an independent organization and is an umpire for that matter. Doesn't even take common sense. A match of football, like the other day, England and Italy played final. Do you ever see, even in a sport like football, they will not appoint somebody from either of the countries that are playing together, because it is perception that they are looking at. Why would they not appoint a referee from England to referee that match? Because if the match go the other way, the perception will be that the referee was biased because he's from England. Okay. That is why even in football, that is sport, we're talking about sport, not to talk of an electoral process that is demanding. And we are talking about putting somebody who is appointing somebody who is a member of the cabinet of the president. Okay, now, Honorable Desmond, as we wrap up now to join Ikarata because of time. Now, one more last expression here from the chairman of the committee, Mr. Gaya, who said that Onochie is disqualified based on the federal character principles, as there is currently a serving commissioner that he is from Delta State, where she's from. Now, that is just like where we started, that for now.
To be candid, nobody can accuse her of being a member of APC and being that as the reason why she's rejected. Like I said before, you can be a member of a political party and cease to be a member, even via just through your resignation, you can resign. Yeah. So, because there is no law that says if you are a member of a political party and you cease to be a member, that you cannot take up appointment positions. So So long as she is no longer a member, of which, as I speak with you, from all the avalanche of petitions, there is nowhere that a photocopy of her membership card was tendered as being the reason why one should say she's a member of one particular party. But the fact that there is a duplicity in the nomination from Delta State, that one is enough to reject her.
Yeah, that's only for now. Just
yes,
like what we
so
are
like
saying.
I said, the now you are hammering,
which expires in 5-6 months time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't just wave it away that she cannot be an INEC commissioner tomorrow, based on the antecedent of this present government. That once they say they want to do a thing, no matter how long it will take, they keep representing and presenting such a person. So, Onochie, from all indication, so long as Agbamuche is there, cannot be an INEC commissioner for now. But for tomorrow, anything can happen. I keep saying that. So in this country, we have seen that, yes, the areas that the president has done well, in comparison with the area has not done well, it's left for Nigerians to say.
Okay.
We, on our own, cannot begin to judge them. We know when you are in the office, there are certain informations that are not available for you, but once you leave there, we begin to see them become a judge thereafter.
All right.
For now, we believe that in the areas of rule of law, the government has not been fair.
That's your own opinion.
That is my
the way you
opinion.
see it.
Yes.
I don't know
Because
whether
we've
Ken
seen that
sees it as
all over again, that the president seems not to be adhering strictly to the letters of our constitution.
All right, now, Mr. Ken, quickly, 1 minute.
Even let us even emphasize something. Even the breach of the federal character by the president is even enough to impeach the president. It's an impeachable offense. It's because it's a constitutional requirement. So that is very weighty enough, even more weighty than the partisanship we are even talking about. Because
anyway,
that is a breach of the constitution.
Yeah.
So I expect that by now the National Assembly should have been thinking of
It's just an attempt.
impeaching the president because he has been doing it over and over and
he
over
has
again.
not breached it. It was an attempt.
No, by submitting that name, he has breached it because the
it is
constitution
not left for
requires
the
that.
senators now to correct
No, that's
the
right.
wrongs that
No,
has been
it is
done
expected that
until you commit it.
No, it's committed now. It is
an
expected
alleged.
that when you are making your appointment, that is what is written in the constitution.
Anyway,
Yes,
that
it must adhere
She
to
has not been
federal
appointed.
character.
all right,
She
gentlemen,
has
that's
not
all.
been
So,
appointed.
what are we
Gentlemen, that's
talking
all
about?
time we permit us
A
to
nominee.
take here. I want to say very big thank you to Ken Erunse
Thank you so
and
much.
also Honorable Desmond Ugbo.